This is Patrick Milhouse Carney, and right now, he's feeling pretty good about himself. Until this happens. A few days earlier, Patrick, while sitting and re-watching the new season of his favorite show, one of two hilarious series that can be watched on the internet, he received some unfortunate news.
I still can't believe that's how it ends. I mean, that's it?
That was it.
All that setup and no payoff. And timelines all over the place and so many loose ends. Not now, Mother. Ooh, a graham cracker.
It was at that moment he received word from a friend he had not expected to.
He's not my friend.
Now the story of an unlikable narcissist who lost everything, and the one friend who has no choice but to bring him back together. It's Arrested, sequel of sorts. The next day, Patrick went to meet with Nick Mapplethorpe at his new residence, though he had to admit he was surprised to hear from him after all the unpleasantness.
Surprised to hear from you after all the unpleasantness.
Yeah, I just thought it was fair to let you know that my brother's back in town.
Right, about that.
It was at this point that Patrick weighed his options. Should he come clean and admit that it was partially his fault for bringing Nick's brother back? They were already not on great terms, and he knew that Nick would be upset about this. But was it also possible that he would appreciate his honesty? In all likelihood, the truth would probably come out one way or another. Sustaining the lie would be difficult, especially since in the grand scheme of things, he wanted everyone to become friends again. After all, it was not just himself at fault, but Tom and Jerry as well. As he continued to contemplate this, he realized it had now been 41 seconds since he'd said anything, and that a response was soon required.
Oh, really? That's crazy. That's what the text message is about. Boy, I haven't thought about him in a while. I mean, as I live and breathe, but... Well, that's great. What are you doing here? I mean, what's he doing back? That's crazy.
He felt he might have oversold it. But for the phrase, as I live and breathe,
it doesn't make a lot of sense, and with me moving in with him and everything, but he made a very strong case for it.
Wait, really?
Look, I know we've had our differences, but we've had some good times together, too.
Homo much?
This is John Mapplethorpe. After 2 years of a self-imposed exile, he decided to return after listening to a voicemail left by Tom Hardy. A fact that Nick is still not aware of.
See, you two are still going around being gay lovers.
Right, so what brings you back to town?
He immediately regretted asking this question, but he had nothing to fear.
That's a weird way to answer the question.
Whatever. Listen, nut. Wash it, wax it, and find some way to come up with that money you owe me.
Oh, I have a job.
He didn't. Recently, he had approached his former employer about getting his old job back. And several Cameron Crowe references later, he was pretty pleased with how things went. It wasn't until 2 blocks later that he realized he hadn't actually asked for his job back. And that he left his car 2 blocks back.
Just so long as Blue Thunder gets back to her panty-dropping glory, ASAFP. Peace, brother. You.
So anyways, I've had an idea. We need to have a sit-down.
It was at this point that Patrick outlined a plan he had to get everyone together and on good terms. The more people, the bigger the productions, he'd say. And while these were mostly statements for Nick's benefit, he liked the idea of bringing everyone together. Nick, on the other hand, would usually have found himself resistant to the idea of a get-together. But perhaps it was the fact that he'd had little interaction with anyone other than his brother for the last week, or that he honestly missed hanging out. Either way, he was surprisingly receptive to the idea. It also didn't hurt that he'd had a new project forming in the back of his mind that required multiple actors. And so the two once best friends and now congenial acquaintances parted to gather everyone that they knew.
There's gonna be unlimited juice. This party's gonna be off the hook.
All right, so it's time to clear the air. We need to get everybody together. Get you guys together.
I guess I can get a hold of you about it later. All right, thanks.
It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna make movies together, everybody. So the real question is, are you coming?
No. You know, let me tell you,
Why would you? But
you got gumption,
his brother's back in
and you really speak your mind. And honestly, that's good enough to work for me. So, welcome aboard.
No, Nick is a total asshole.
Right, but sometimes in life you have to ask yourself, am I going to that meeting?
Is Nick going to that meeting?
Yes, why wouldn't he be? But you're coming.
Hey, bring some popcorn.
Hey, you know what we got to do about that, though.
Yeah, we gotta pay for it.
So are you gonna be there?
Look, Pat, I do not know what you want me to say. Well, I know what you want me to say. You want me to say yes.
Yes! Got my yes.
Alright.
What about you?
Having a bit of a get together in the next few days, maybe tomorrow.
Can I bring a date?
No, you can't bring anything. We're not going.
If you want, if you can get one.
Alright.
No.
Does she like pizza?
She doesn't like anything.
Hey, Gare Bear. We're just thinking about having a pizza party
Well,
someday.
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one. Kinda a little busy right now.
Maybe another time.
Yeah, gotta go.
You're garbage.
Hey, Bill. Dean in? Great. Having a bit of a soiree. You're invited, man.
He's not actually here.
Oh. Hey, Brad.
Next.
Just like Nick.
Just here to see the dean. Yeah. Is he back there?
No.
Damn. Any idea when he'll be back?
Nope.
Tell you what, having a bit of a get together, sort of a clear the air session, a little powwow shindig, if you will. Bringing a bunch of people together, gonna try and, like I said,
here we
clear
go.
the air. It's getting the whole gang back together. I was really just here to invite him, but since I'm here,
Oh yeah, here we go.
so if you happen to see him, just go ahead and pass that word along that he's invited.
Sure.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks, man.
fine. Wait, so I'm not invited?
Nick had no intention of inviting Brad, but in the interest of attempting to change himself, he decided to really think. There would come a time when he must put his differences aside and make friends. But this wasn't it.
No.
Fuck you too.
Asshole. Hey, Bill.
A few hours later,
Pete died.
Oh God. So wait, who's Pete?
Don't worry about it. Just gonna get another one. Alright, so we just found out my brother's not gonna be in the house all day tomorrow.
That's great. I also have some good news.
But what are you doing with your face?
Oh yeah. Hey, Nick.
this is Jared Sinclair, former classmate of both Nick and Patrick, and an old friend that they both frequently tried to avoid. Jared had recently struck it rich by inventing an app with an unfortunate name.
Maybe another time.
Patrick Carney. As I live and breathe.
Patrick neither remembered nor cared what his name was. All he knew was that Jared was awkward to talk to. He himself was already not that adept at small talk and was desperate to think of some way to make this conversation quick. When his arm began to tire, he realized that he must say something soon. Some sort of greeting, perhaps? He was unsure. In the end, he decided to double down on this.
Oh hey, you.
So how's it going, man? What's up? I tried to get a hold of Nick, but he doesn't seem to live there anymore. Hi, is Nick here? Just a second.
Oh, you know, he's actually moved.
Just a sec.
So anyway,
Oh man, work. It's hard to keep track of all this money I'm making.
money. Really, you have money?
Yeah.
He didn't. While it was true that he had come into a rather startlingly large sum of money very quickly, he'd also developed a rather nasty internet gambling habit. In addition to this, once everyone found out that his app was just about cats, the downloads quickly
Totally.
fell off.
No more $5 subs from Subway for me. Only caviar and steak.
Jared, my man, come on inside. Tell me how you made this money.
Well, what's interesting?
Nick felt betrayed.
Him?
So you remember Jared, he's like really rich.
Patrick was momentarily concerned about this outburst, considering he and Nick's already tenuous reconciliation, and debated going.
He'll be fine.
And so, with Jared in tow, Patrick made the trek to what he thought would be the best party he'd ever been to.
Who wants pizza? Maybe he might not have recognized us.
He did.
What?
It's time for a little powwow session, you know, clear the air. I even brought a piece pizza.
You thought that was still gonna happen after what you've been doing?
What I've been doing?
More betrayal.
Hey, Nick.
Unbelievable.
What? Wait, what? Oh yeah? That's a war pizza.
Think we'll get a refund on these?
Jared, it's a $5 pizza.
Times 4.
I don't think they do a refund for partially eaten food.
Partially eaten?
You see, the walk over to Nick's house was an especially long one, and Patrick, unable to help himself, kept taking a slice of pizza from his box. Not wanting to present a partially eaten pizza as soon as he walked in the door, he kept swapping out for different boxes. Why they decided to walk, no one can tell.
Hey.
Hey.
Rachel Hall was a former student of Nick's, and the subject of a rather suggestive piece of journalism linking the two of them. And while it was true he'd tried on multiple occasions to woo her, he'd had little success.
Hey, Rachel. Just wondering if you wanted to, hang out or something. Maybe go see a movie.
I'd like to, but I'm pretty swamped right now. Next time?
Oh. Yeah. I mean, I understand. I'm pretty busy myself.
She had agreed to coming over today at his insistence on there being pizza, beer, and other people present.
Don't worry, there's gonna be unlimited.
Where's the pizza?
She would be disappointed on all accounts.